Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt preyed upon by someone who didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even blink, just smiled like they knew something about the universe that you weren't supposed to know until your funeral? That's the smiling man. He's less a character and more a cosmic dare, a litmus test for your nervous system. Imagine you're walking home at 3 a.m., pavement hissing under your shoes. Everything is empty, sterile. Then there's him. Not moving, not threatening, just vibrating with that awful grin. Like the Joker forgot he had a job interview and got high. Instead, you try to cross the street. He follows, not walking, gliding, not running, snapping like gravity forgot him. In the moment you think, maybe I imagined it, he dances, yes, dances with the kind of rhythm that implies your bones might end up part of the choreography. No lore, no powers, just a man, a smile, and the kind of dream that makes you flinch at your own reflection. He's not evil. He's not good. He's the embodiment of off. He's that bad vibe you can't explain, can't trace, but know in your DNA was probably there before humans even had words for. Run him at the door is a cursed Reddit exchange that spiraled into one of the most psychologically corrosive stories ever written. In 4 words, this one doesn't give you gore, doesn't give you monsters, just pure existential wet cement poured directly into your lungs. It starts like every other digital love letter to paranoia. Guy hears knocking, it's late, he's alone, nothing new, but the texts start rolling. In him at the door, hey race, where it gets slippery. The person texting is supposedly already inside the house. You saw them walk in, you hugged them, you shared a frozen pizza. So then who's knocking? You check the door, empty porch, but the knocking doesn't stop. It intensifies, it syncs with your heartbeat until you're not sure if the sound is external or just your brain panicking in stereo. And then comes the final blow, the twist that breaks your spine. Emotionally, the person texting, they were never inside. Your memory lied to you, your perception glitched. You're not just alone, you have been alone the whole time. Or worse, you weren't. Reddit didn't make this up, it just handed the mic to the collective fear of being gaslit by reality itself. The search and rescue Reddit tales are the internet's favorite way of saying national parks are lying to you. Oh, you wanted a hike, you thought trees were your friends. No, according to this infamous SAR officer's thread, the forest is sentient and it wants to play with your organs. Every post reads like a deleted chapter from Blair Witch's autobiography. People go missing, search teams go, and people get found, well, parts of them, or worse, they're never found, and the woods just close up like a wound that was never cut. But then it gets stranger. People find staircases, yes, random staircases in the middle of nowhere, unattached to anything, fresh carpet, no dirt, sometimes blood, and the golden rule: don't touch them, don't ask, don't go near, don't look for them, because the moment you do, something upstairs starts noticing you. Oh, hand the missing kids that reappear, they always say the same thing: it let me go, not he, not she, it. And let us doing heavy lifting here, because it means something was holding them. These threads ruined camping for an entire generation. And honestly, good, this story isn't horror, it's grief. With a VPN and demonic Wi-Fi, this guy's girlfriend dies in a car crash. Tragic, end of story. Right, wrong, because she keeps messaging him from Facebook from the grave, and this isn't one of those sentimental I miss you ghost posts. This is him in your closet, and the walls are breathing energy. At first he thinks it's a prank, maybe her mom, maybe a hacker, but then the messages change. They include things no one else could know, photos they never uploaded, phrases they whispered once in bed, and then the typos start, as if her soul is degrading, as if something else is wearing her memories like a coat. The final message, a map pinned to her grave. When he arrives, the ground's disturbed, so now he lives knowing 2 things: his dead girlfriend was trying to warn him, something else knew her password. This one is a myth, but it feels more real than half the people in your contacts. Supposedly Soviet scientists in the 1940s decided to test a gas that keeps people awake for 30 days. Nothing supernatural, just some good old-fashioned Cold War brain rot. The subjects, political prisoners. The result, carnage wrapped in insomnia. They start normal, chatty, deliriously optimistic. Then comes the unraveling. Skin peeled off, organs removed by hand, subjects whispering to each other without words, one carving his lungs out, and still smiling. Eventually, they beg for the gas, they beg to be kept awake, because, quote, sleep is death, even if it's fake, and it probably is. This story lingers like mold on your spine, because it taps into something ancient, our terror of losing control, of being awake too long, and seeing the wrong layers of reality. There's a moment where the last subject, flayed and grinning, looks the scientist in the eye and says, "We are what you hide from," and suddenly your own body feels too tight, like a haunted house you can't move out of. The man in the walls is not just a concept, it's a violation of architecture and trust disguised as urban legend rotted through Reddit paranoia. Hey race, the moldy blueprint someone keeps losing food, random objects are moved TVs on when no one touched the remote. It's just me being forgetful. They say right until one day someone sets up a camera and what they catch is not a ghost, it's not a raccoon, it's not even remotely okay. It's a full-grown man crawling out of an attic vent, sliding down from the crawl space like a fleshy spider, moving through the house barefoot, calm, calculated, drinking milk straight from the carton, while the homeowner sleeps 6 feet away. And then he slithers back, no sound, no trace, like a human bookmark in the drywall. You don't recover from that, not emotionally, not financially, not spiritually. Because now the question haunts you: how long was he there? Was he watching your TV, eating your food, listening to your phone calls? Worse, did he ever touch you in your sleep? The man in the walls isn't a ghost, he's what happens when society fails one guy so spectacularly that he decides insulation and darkness are preferable to rent. And guess what? In most stories is never caught. He just disappears again like mold or guilt. There's something unholy about hearing a child laugh when there's no child nearby, especially when it's coming from your HVAC system. This Redditor bought a house, you know the type: wooden floors, inherited trauma, slightly cursed wallpaper, everything's chill until night 3. The air vent starts laughing, not a whisper, not a breeze, full volume, childish cackling like something from a bootleg Disney tape melted in the microwave. They think it's audio feedback or a prank, but the sound moves vent to vent, room to room, sometimes giggling, sometimes sobbing. They open the grates, nothing. They call in contractors, nothing. Then one night, they hear, "Do you want to play?" The voice is wrong, not glitchy, just aged like an ancient entity pretending to be a child the way a spider pretends to be a leaf. And when they finally tear into the crawl space, they find nothing, just an old baby monitor plugged into the wall, and it's on, no power cord, no battery, just on. And that's when they remember the previous owner. Their kid disappeared in the 80s, never found, no suspects, no body. The laughter hasn't stopped. You've never been to page 7 of a subreddit? Not really. Most people stop at 3, maybe 4 if they're curious, but some people are broken ones. They go further. There's a post buried deep, no upvotes, no comments, just a title: "Are you still here?" You click it because of course you do. The page flickers, then everything on your screen changes, not the subreddit, your tabs, your bookmarks, your history. It all resets. The only open tab, that same post, except now it says "Now I'm with you." Redditors who've gone there say they start seeing things, their own usernames, replying to threads they never typed in, old posts from deleted accounts that use their photos. Some report hearing keyboard clicks when they're not typing. Others say their cursor moves without them. And one guy, he claims he saw a post titled "Your Death Date," and when he clicked it, his PC melted. Literally, it sparked and died, as if Reddit said, "That's enough." What's horrifying isn't that this might be real, it's that you'll check now. You'll scroll through some obscure subreddit and wonder what's on page 7. You'll think you're safe, but if you see the phrase "I'm typing this with your hands," you've gone too far. There's no going back after that. This one reads like someone accidentally clicked new game on their life and forgot to uncheck nightmare mode. According to the original Reddit thread, the user moves into a rental house that came highly recommended, cheap, clean, fully furnished, almost too perfect. First night goes smooth, but when they wake up, something's off. The dishes they clean dirty again, the windows they shut open, their clothes are back in boxes, but it's subtle, like deja vu, wearing your skin like a bathrobe. Then it escalates. Wounds heal overnight, mementos vanish, conversations reset. One night, they paint the walls red, next morning white again. They adopt a cat. The next day, the cat's gone, but the litter box is clean, so they get clever, mark their arms, lock their doors, bury a box in the yard with a note inside: "This is not your first day here." But every morning the marks are gone, locks undone, the box back in the attic. They install cameras. The footage shows themselves walking room to room at 3:33 a.m., whispering into the outlets. And on the 7th night, the house speaks, not like a voice, like a pressure inside their skull. It says simply, "You're not ready to leave." And maybe they never will be, because some prisons are polite, some traps come with couches. This isn't a ghost, this isn't a hacker, this is a persistence glitch in the soul of the internet. Redditor makes an account, random guy comments nonsense stuff: "I saw you in the mirror, don't eat the noodles, you left the window open." Again, creepy, but blockable. Right, wrong. They block him, replies anyway. They delete the account, shows up on the new one, new username, same profile picture, a smiling man with no eyes. They switch browsers, devices, even move houses, still the same user comments, not every day, just when they start to feel safe. Eventually Reddit investigates, can't trace the IP, the username shouldn't even exist. It's made of characters that don't exist in Unicode. One admin tries to delete it and the comment appears on their personal email inbox, no email address. Just the message, too late, people stop sleeping. One user deletes their entire internet presence, Reddit, Twitter, LinkedIn, Gmail. They think it's over, but the next day a post appears under their old name. You forgot the forums, he's still out there, and he knows you read this, he just hasn't commented yet.